Dear students, in the last video or in the last class, we have studied the extraction of iron, extraction of copper, extraction of zinc by using or at a very high temperature. So extraction of metals from their ores at a very high temperature or at temperature are called as pyrometallurgy. We know that the entire metals from their ores cannot be extracted only by heating process. We have to go for certain other techniques which are not possible to extract, or the metals which are not possible to extract by heating. Such method is one of the methods is electrometallurgy. Here we have to extract the metals from their ores by applying electric field or electricity called as electrochemical method or called as electrometallurgy. Go for electrochemical principles of metallurgy. Here the principle which are effective in the reductions of metal ions in solution or in molten state. Here, they are reduced by electrolysis or by adding some reducing element. In the reduction of molten metal salt, electrolysis is done. In pyrometallurgy, we have studied by using the thermodynamic expression of Gibbs-Helmholtz equation delta G is equal to delta H minus T into delta S. Here also we need to have an equation delta G by taking the formula delta G naught is equal minus E naught F, where N is the number of electrons, E naught is the electrode potential of the redox couple formed in the system. There also we have seen that to occur a reaction, the sum of the two equations whose delta G naught value means sum of the delta G naught value of the two different equations must be negative. Here also we have to see, or you can see, the delta G naught value must be negative to occur a reaction. To do that or to occur such a reaction, E naught, the value of E naught must be positive. That is, when we can consider two different elements, say for example copper and iron, copper has its own E naught value and iron also has its own E naught value. When the difference between these E naught values of these two metals find positive, then the reaction takes place. No doubt, out of the two metals, for example, here you can see copper reacts with iron. We know that out of copper and iron is more reactive and copper is less reactive. When we can couple the reaction, or when you do the reaction by taking copper and iron, the more reactive iron goes into the solution in the form of iron 2 plus and copper 2 plus, which undergoes reduction to occur copper side. This is what the simple technique involved in the electrometallurgy. Now you can go for very important for the examination, extraction of aluminium by Hall-Héroult process. Here, what is to be done? The finely powdered aluminium, which is mixed with the cryolite, such as Na3Al(F6) or calcium chloride CaF2. The main advantage of this, either cryolite or CaF2, which lowers the melting point of the mixture, because the alumina or the bauxite ore, which has very high melting point, to reduce the melting point, we have to add an agent called as sodium aluminate or sodium Na3Al(F6), sodium aluminum fluoride. And one more advantage of this cryolite is which increase the conductivity of the mixture. The fused matrix is electrolyzed in a tank which is a steel tank lined with the steel and which act as a cathode, and graphite rods are placed in it or act as an anode. When you connect anode and cathode to the electric field, the overall reaction takes place here. Aluminum which combines with carbon, nothing but graphite rod, aluminum separates out. Practically, we observe this is reaction takes place when you take molten bauxite ore when applying the electric field through steel tank or the carbon rods. Oxidation and reduction simultaneously takes place. Oxidation takes place at anode. Oxidation takes place at anode. Carbon combines with the oxygen to convert carbon monoxide with loss of electrons. Or carbon also combines with oxygen to give carbon dioxide with loss of electrons. These lost electrons are gained at the cathode, hence reduction takes place at cathode to give aluminium. Hence we can extract aluminium from bauxite ore by Hall-Héroult process. This is the schematic representation of the Hall-Héroult process. Here you can observe the outside tank, which is a steel tank lined with the carbon, which act as a cathode, and graphite rods are placed in it or act as an anode, and molten bauxite ore such as Al2O3 is mixed with cryolite. It is not F4, it is F6. Na3Al F6. On applying electric current through carbon anode and carbon line in cathode, already said oxidation takes place at carbon rods and reduction takes place at the carbon line. The molten aluminium is separated through a separate outlet at the bottom. This is for the extraction of aluminium from bauxite ore. Next, we can move on to the extraction of copper from low-grade copper ores and the scraps. Here, copper is extracted by hydrometallurgy from low-grade ores. Hydrometallurgy means here the metal which dissolves in water in the presence of oxygen, which converts into a complex, especially complex is copper is extracted by hydrometallurgy from low-grade ores. It is leached out using acid or bacteria. The solution containing copper 2 plus is treated with scrap iron or H2, where copper 2 plus aqueous combines with the H2. Copper solid separates out with the aqueous H plus. Now, the one more method of the extraction or reduction of metal from their ores is oxidation reduction method. Besides reduction, some extractions are based on oxidation, particularly for non-metals. So far, we have discussed extraction of iron, it's a metal, extraction of copper, it's a metal, extraction of aluminum, which is also metal, extraction of zinc, which is also metal. And the technique here we are going to extract are non-metals. In the extraction based on oxidation is the extraction of chlorine from brine solution. Brine solution means saturated solution of salt in water. In saturated solution of salt in water, we know it contains excess of chlorine. That's why it's a chloride, which combines with the water, converts into OH minus, H2 and Cl2 is formed. Here, for this reaction, we find delta G naught is 422 kilojoules. When it is converted into E naught, it is found that E naught is minus 2.2 volt. That's why to occur the reaction, we have to supply the external EMF is minimum of 2.2 or greater than that. But practically we find that the voltage supply must be greater than 2.2 volt. When we take salt solution such as sodium chloride solution in water or saturated nothing but brine solution on electrolysis, here also oxidation and reduction takes place. On oxidation, chlorine gas, Cl2 gas, which is liberated at anode, and hydrogen H2 gas is liberated at cathode with the NaOH solution as byproducts. We can also do the strong molten sodium chloride solution also, which is electrolyzed instead of sodium hydroxide solution or sodium hydroxide we got in previous electrolysis of brine solution, here it results in sodium metal. That's why do remember two things. When you take brine solution for electrolysis, the side product is sodium hydroxide, and molten sodium chloride is taken. The side product is metal. Side product is metal. This is other method of oxidation and reduction, mainly done for the extraction of the non-metals. Hence, these are the techniques which are involved in the reduction of metals and non-metals. Now, dear students, first step we did the concentration. That means we have purified the ores by four different techniques we have applied for that. Later, we have converted that concentrated ore into oxide ores. From the oxide ores, we have reduced metals and non-metals. Now we have in our hand is pure metal. Now our target is crude metal to pure metal. That means whatever the metal we are getting by extraction is crude metal that contains impurity. Now our target is to purify that metal. How to purify? That is the next is purification of metals called as refining of metals. A metal extracted by any method is usually contaminated with some impurity. Contaminated with some impurity. That's what I said. Whatever the metal which are extracted by the blast furnace or by copper method or zinc or any method which contains what? Impurities. For obtaining metals of high purity, several techniques are used depending upon the differences in the properties of the metal and the impurity present in it. Here also we have to choose such a technique for the refining or the purification of metal clearly based on the type of the impurity present in the metal as well as what type of metal it is. The different techniques are distillation, liquefaction, electrolysis, zone refining, vapor phase refining, and chromatographic methods. We'll go one by one. We'll go first method, that is the distillation. Where we apply the distillation is, see here, to apply the distillation, the condition is the boiling point of the metals. Boiling point of the metals must be less when we compare the boiling point of the impurities present in it. Impurities present in it. So when we heat a metal, that is impure metal strongly, since the melting point of the metal is low, it evaporates, leaving behind the impurities. Leaving behind the impurities. Especially the technique is used for the metals like zinc and mercury. The another method is liquefaction. Here, this method is applied for a low melting metal like tin can be made to flow on a sloping furnace. Here also the condition saying the melting point. Earlier we have said the boiling point. Now we can think of the melting point. Distillation is done for those metals whose boiling point is less than the impurities present in it. Liquefaction is done those metals whose melting point means they have to melt readily than the impurities present in it. Remember very clearly, distillation method is done those metals whose boiling point is less when compared to the boiling point of impurities. Liquefaction is done those metals whose melting point is less when compared to the melting point of the impurities.